Hey guys, I want to look deeper into rational and irrational numbers here on this video. I have two goals for you. The first goal is I want you to understand that the division of two integers will always give you a rational number. And the second goal is any operation where there's an irrational number included will always give you an irrational number for an answer. Kind of confusing, but we'll dive into these two concepts here. Let's review. First thing I want to look at is the definition of rational numbers. What is a rational number? Well, we've looked at before. A rational number can be written as a fraction of two integers, a and b, where b cannot equal zeros. Remember, we talked about the first few letters of rational is the word ratio. And a ratio basically is a fraction of two different things. So what we want to look at now is, what does it include? What do rational numbers include? Well, it includes integers, all the integers, fractions, because that's in the definition, mixed numbers, terminating decimals. Remember, terminating means it stops. Remember, Arnold Schwarzenegger terminates your life. And repeating decimals and square roots of specifically perfect squares. Those are examples. Now let's look at irrational numbers. Irrational numbers cannot be written as a fraction. Well, this includes decimals that keep on going. Like, for example, pi, 3.1415. It just keeps on going. That's an irrational number. I can't write a fraction for that number because it doesn't stop. And any number with a decimal that has a ... that keeps on going is going to be irrational. For example, the square root of 2. The answer for square root of 2 is going to keep on going. It won't stop. So we call those irrational numbers. All right, let's go into our lesson here. First thing, again, I want to restate that any integer divided by any other integer will always result in a rational number. For example, I wrote 3 different ways to write division. You could see it any 3 ways, but it's still an integer of 6 divided by an integer of 8. I know that will be a rational number. It has to be. So whether it's written with the division sign, with the ... or the fraction bar, or the slash, it's going to give you a rational number. Positive, negative numbers, it really doesn't matter. All right, the next thing we want to look at quick is, let's look at some operations with rational and irrational numbers. Now, if I have a rational number, and any operation, I chose multiplication here, times another rational number, that will give me a rational. So if I have 2 rationals with adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing, my answer will be a rational number. Now, once you throw in an irrational number, now my answer is going to stay irrational. For example, if I take 5.3, that's a rational. I use plus. You can use any operation. If I add 3.141529 ... keeps on going. If I add that, I'm going to get 8.441529 ... keeps on going. That's an irrational number. So again, anytime I throw in an irrational, my answer is going to be an irrational number. All right, let's review. Wrap this up. How do I get an irrational number, a rational number? Well, the only way to get it is to divide 2 integers. Example 8 divided by 14. And the second question, remember, any operation with an irrational number will give you a what? Well, it's going to give you an irrational number. Well, that's about it. Quick video here.